Welcome back to Munich for the second half of this Champions League final game 2025. Starting the second half, Inter will be hoping they can recreate history from 2005, the last time a team trailing by 2 goals at half-time went on to lift the European Cup, with Liverpool famously coming back against AC Milan. The signs, however, are not good early on for Inter, as early as the first minute with Ruiz and Kvaratskhelia in loads of space on the left side of midfield. If Inter want to come back into the game, they are going to have to get a grip of it tactically because PSG are still dragging Inter players into positions they don't want to be in. Inter are trying to play the ball out from the back, but each time they are unable to progress up the field as PSG are winning the ball back. On 52 minutes, with no evident change, Inzaghi has to make changes of his own. Pavard comes off, and I think unfairly Di Marco, with Bisek and Zalewski coming on in their place. Inter are beginning to show more intent in their play, but still no good openings, with PSG blocking any shots being taken. On 55 minutes, Zalewski gets a yellow card. There seems to be no clear game plan or sign after 58 minutes as to how Inter are going to get back into this game. On 62 minutes, more trouble for Inter with Bisek, only on the pitch for 10 minutes, having to go off injured with a suspected hamstring. Mkhitaryan also comes off, but that's no surprise. It is Augusto and Darmian who come on. Soon after, though, the game is over as a competition. Doué scores a great team goal with PSG cutting through Inter again with ease. It starts with Vitinha taking the ball on the half-turn outside his own penalty area. There are 4 Inter players within 20 metres of him, but none close enough to stop him from passing through them. He plays it through the non-existent Inter press to Dembele inside his own half and unmarked. Poor Acerbi has no choice but to vacate centre-back and run towards him, but that is just what PSG and Dembele want. What happens next, though, is pure class. Dembele turns towards his own goal, drawing Acerbi in before playing a wonderful backheel into the path of Vitinha, who has continued his run. It's 3 versus 2 now in PSG's favour. Vitinha passes forward, his pass is weighted perfectly into Doué's path, who is cool enough to slot the ball past Sommer and into the goal. PSG can now taste their first Champions League victory. Inter being made to look like young kids playing against older teens on the playground. How would Inter respond? It must be damage limitation now. One feels, though, that the bigger question is how many more do PSG want to score? Inter players must be looking at the clock and dreading the next 30 minutes. On 68 minutes, Thuram gets a yellow card for a late tackle on Ruiz. Barcola comes on for PSG, Enrique perhaps guilty for leaving him out of the starting lineup. The youngster almost has an immediate effect, blazing over the bar when at the far post when he was well placed. I think he just hit it too hard. On 69 minutes, can't pronounce this guy's name, Çalhanoğlu, the Turkish player for Inter, goes off. Thank you for that. And on 70 minutes, Acerbi, who's probably living his worst nightmare, is made worse with a yellow card. Every time a PSG player has the ball, they have space and are able to find a teammate, also in space. This is shown again on 72 minutes with PSG going 4-0 up with a goal from Kvaratskhelia. Acerbi is now man-marking Dembele. It's halfway inside the PSG half, but it's no good. Acerbi got caught in a 1-2 between Dembele and Pacho, and Dembele is away. Inter's back 3 are too far apart and no one is marking Kvaratskhelia between them, so Dembele has the easy task of playing him in on goal, and he doesn't disappoint. This is becoming embarrassing for Inter and also for PSG, but for quite different reasons. PSG celebrate as if they have already won the game, and they have. If this was a boxing fight, the ref would have called it a long time ago, or Inzaghi would have thrown in the towel to protect his players. But as it is, they still have 20 more minutes of suffering to endure. Can they at least get a goal back to restore some sort of decency and pride? And they do almost on 74 minutes, with Donnarumma finally called into action to deny Thuram with a great stop low down to his left. With the game won, PSG are happy to sit back and sit back more, and there is less need to try and pick open the holes in the Inter team. On 77 minutes, Hernandez comes on for Mendes for PSG, and then on 80 minutes, Barcola should make it 5-0. He takes the ball down in the centre circle and is able to run unimpeded into the left channel. Acerbi is the one left facing him as he enters the penalty area, and Bastoni is also coming across. It's actually almost comical. Barcola feigns to shoot and Acerbi takes the bait so Barcola can sidestep him, and with all the right side of the Inter goal open in front of Barcola, he drags the ball badly past the left post, just trying to be too clever. Perhaps Enrique's selection of Doué justified. On 83 minutes, Enrique has the luxury to give squad players a flavour of the night. Neves, Kvaratskhelia and Ruiz come off for Ramos, Meolu and Zaire Emery. And it only takes a few minutes for the 19-year-old Meolu to have his name up in lights. Zaire Emery skips a challenge on the right wing by the halfway line very easily. He spots Barcola unmarked, surprise, surprise, and in acres of space, surprise, surprise, on the outside of the Inter penalty area and plays the ball to him. Barcola plays the ball to Meolu on the D of the penalty area. In the meantime, Darmian, who has eyes on Barcola, inexplicably steps away from him, making it super easy for Meolu to find him in the box. Meolu continues his run past a flat Inter backline, and Barcola plays it into the young Frenchman, and he confidently finds the net from what was a tight angle past Sommer. The icing on the cake for PSG. One question though, as we see pictures of Enrique, why does he look like a heroin addict? The tousled hair, the red-rimmed eyes, perhaps too many sleepless nights planning this victory. I guess he will say it is worth it. 6 seconds of added time are played, despite all the substitutions. Even the referee has had enough. PSG finally claim the golden prize they have been seeking for a long time. Gone are the old superstars of Neymar, Mbappe and Messi. Now there are new superstars, Vitinha, Doué, Dembele and Kvaratskhelia. For Inter, this is not a bad team. Their performance all through the campaign shows that. It is just that they brought a water gun to a gunfight. As night settles in, the party begins. We leave you here in Munich with the final score of PSG 5, Inter Milan 0.